Yeah, man, with the lick read. This your main guy out here, man. Pissy P Anki. Down the Mumbo. To hoes on known as Inca Nose. You hear me? Hey, man. If you like this video, leave a like. You dislike, which you shouldn't, leave a dislike. Um, Leave a comment if anything that I say to you is relevant, anything that I say go against the way you may feel, leave a comment. Subscribe to my channel, man, to stay in tune with more things like this here. And if you also like to help see the channel grow, you send a donation to my cash app at Lumumba16. That's LAMUMBA 16. Thank you, motherfuckers. So check the move, man. Not keep dwelling on what's going on, man. But I got a few things to talk about today. Um, of course, it's still on the Foolio situation, and this probably gonna be my last video on it, unless anything else come up. You know what I'm saying? But the things I like to talk about Young and Ace dropping another diss record on Foolio since he passed. I want to talk about Retaliation for Foolio. I want to talk about having yes men in your circle, you know. Then I also want to talk to you about how gangs in Jacksonville work. So, for those who only came to this video just to hear the Young and Ace thing, I'm gonna go and get to that first. So if you may not wanna hear the rest, you can just do your thing. If you wanna stay in tune, you can stay tuned. Okay, we all know it's been a week since Foolio passed away in a tragic shooting that took place in Tampa, Florida, which, you know, it could have been somebody from Tampa. It could have been them guys from Jacksonville, got on that road, got out there and went and got them. Like I said in my previous video before, this has happened before. It happened to BTB Savage. He was a rapper from San Antonio who took somebody's life, well, which his girl did while he held him down. But later, I guess after he got, you know, self-defense or whatever, he went back to his apartment where it took place, and as the blood still in there, he took a picture standing in the dude blood with his wrist up, and he was out there in Houston, and some guys came out there from San Antonio and picked him up in Houston. So it's happened before, in the same reality. I feel like things like this is finna start happening more often. You know, with the things that Young and Ace is doing right now, the way that Foolio got took out, Young and Ace, even though I hear that he lives in Houston, Texas now, if Young and Ace have any show that is close to Jacksonville, Florida, let's just say it's somewhere in Georgia, somewhere no further than Atlanta, let's just say it's somewhere in Alabama, around Mobile and things like that, you know what I'm saying, South Alabama, that's closer to Florida, things that can be reached in record time. Or all they got to do is have, if this show is being promoted a week at a time, this person is going to be here, we have a week's notice to get there and do what we have to do. Like I say, with Young and Ace, man, once again, man, like I say, I was for the Foolio. If pick one out of two, I was for Foolio. But don't think I didn't rock with Young and Ace. I just didn't rock with him over Foolio. Just like I rock with Young and Ace rappers, the guys that's down with him more than the ones that's down with Foolio. It just that way. I like this person. I like that person. I like this person. I like that person. But out of the two, I was for Foolio. And like I say, man, them boys put the city on the map, bro. They I'm out here in St. Louis, Missouri. Like I say, I'm from Atlanta, Georgia, raised in Jacksonville, Florida. But I've been living in St. Louis for the past 4 years. And I've been coming out here since '06. And when I used to come out here, like I say, back then, we were just saying Duval. My generation had the world saying Duval. These guys got the world recognizing us as Jacksonville. I couldn't come out here. People be like, "Where you from?" I'm like, "I'm from Atlanta, but I'm raised in Duval, or I live in Duval, because that's where I was at the time." They're like, "Where that?" I'd be like, "Jacksonville." They be like, "Where's that?" Then I have to say Jacksonville Jaguars. Oh, okay, because they recognize the team, even though the Jacksonville Jaguars is not the biggest team for you to recognize unless you just a sports person. And of course you're gonna know all the teams. But before I couldn't say just Jacksonville. I had to say Jacksonville Jaguars just to get them to recognize the area I was from. You know, and now that I be out here, now when I say that, people be like, "Oh man, I heard." You know, they be asking questions. This, oh man, this. I heard this, that. Man, I want to go to Jacksonville. So and so. You know what I'm saying? I like the way the guys gave us certain recognition, but I don't like certain recognition they gave us. I'm gonna get to the Young Age thing, but I want to say this first. Don't let these people make you think Jacksonville is not a good city. Don't let these people make you think that Jacksonville is not a great city that you cannot go to and have a good time. We're like any other city in America. We're no different from Milwaukee, Cincinnati, Miami, or Dallas. We're no different. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of good places to go to in Jacksonville. Jacksonville is a very historic city. The oldest city in this country is just south of us. Jacksonville and St. Augustine is the oldest. Well, Jacksonville wasn't incorporated till years later, but as for European settlement, Jacksonville and St. Augustine is the first areas that the Europeans first came to when they came to this country. The Spanish was in St. Augustine, and the French came to Jacksonville around Fort Carolina. You know, you got Fort Carolina projects, Fort Carolina Road, but eventually, you know, the French they couldn't last long because the Spanish ran them off. But before there was ever a war fought in this country, the first wars in this country was fought in Jacksonville and St. Augustine. You can Google this, you know. But anyway, Young and Age, man, bro, you disappoint me, dog. You disappoint me. You know, I can't take nothing from you because I don't know how it feels to lose two friends and a brother and also get hit up in one night and be the only one to survive. I don't know how that feel. I know how I feel to lose a brother. I know how I feel to have a street brother, somebody who I love like a brother, who we claim brothers, get taken out. I know how that feel. But my circumstance is different. This was pretty much an inside thing. You know what I'm saying? And I may speak on that maybe later one day. But like I said, Young and Ace, you just disappoint me because I feel like, bro, you're not making the right moves right now, bro. You know, the best thing you could have did, let your guys do that, bro. Let these guys who ain't got money in their pocket. You don't have to do that. You got people who can do that for you. Before I even heard your response, I seen a bunch of guys, yeah, this, that, and the third, people die every day, let them do that. Cause they in the city. They gonna get theirs. If it's somebody who didn't know those guys then by those videos they posted, it's people that love Foolio watching that like, oh yeah, okay, that's how you feeling. They doing their homework. You know what I'm saying? That thing Younger Nates could have did if he even spoke on it. I wouldn't even spoke on it. I would have just remained silent. I just would have remained silent when he did no interviews. Now, I probably would have came out with music, which where he's coming out now, but that's also what I want to speak on, because like I say, I feel like that's a real sucker move. The reason I feel like that's a sucker move is not that you dissing him, is that you waited till he gone to turn up. Like they say, when the cat's away, the mice will play. You know, it's like you waited till at least that problem was gone to now feel like you can just come out and do this. But before you was at high end, you should have just lived your life, and see a lot of people see that too. You should have just lived your life the way you was already doing. Let them underlings do the underling things. You know, oh man, I had something that I wanted to say on that till. Oh yeah, like I say, back when I lost my brother, you know what I'm saying, my street brother who got killed in the street, R.P. Hot Glock from Fairfax, Massey. You know, it's like when he died, you know, I didn't like to wear his shirt because I didn't want for people to see that he was gone. Because people, you know, when people say like certain people who wouldn't try you, they see certain people gone or they locked up, then they start to step up. Then they start to act out in ways they would have never acted out if that person was around. That's why I say on that tip, I feel like that's a sucker move. I don't feel like Younger Nates is a sucker, but I feel like that's a sucker move. I feel like now he wanting to come out. It just kind of like when Tupac died, Biggie was kind of playing the side. Soon as that part over with, now he wanna do all this, and you know what I'm saying, he was doing things that he wouldn't have did. Him and Puff, they began doing things they wouldn't have did if Pac was still around. When the cat's away, the mice will play. Bro, even videos like this, dog, the fans have files and files and files on files of anything that black people do. Any rap record coming out, they got all that stuff in their files. They may have this video in their files. From entertainment, anything, I don't know why they keep us under constant surveillance. Anything that black people do, you best believe it's in their files. You know? Okay. The difference between Foolio and Younger Nates to me, I don't think neither one of them was no hell of a guys. No street dudes. They wasn't really no stand-up guys like that. But if I had to say one was more street, I would have to say Foolio. Out of that whole scenario, if I had to say anyone was that one, or that straight up goon, I'm gonna have to say that boy Queso and them boys from the east side. You know what I'm saying? Them guys, Younger Nates, he's the guy he's not that, but he got those type of guys with him. He got some heavy dudes with him. He got them east side boys with him. You know what I'm saying? Everybody in Jacksonville know the hardest side of town is the north side first, east side second, west side third, south side last. But that don't mean that just because you from the north side, you harder than me because I'm from the south side. It's just that this side of town has more homicides than this side of town. So, but that's just how it's looked at. But that don't make you no better, no harder, or no weaker. Cause hell, somebody from Mandarin can whoop somebody from Nixon. No problem. Okay. Moving along. Oh yeah, before I move along, like I say, I was saying the difference between Foolio and Foolio. Like I say, beyond the music, bro. Go back to their videos. Go back to their Vlad videos. Go back to their Cam videos. This is why I rocked with Foolio more than I rocked with Young and Ace. Even though I felt like Young and Ace, he made the better music. I like Foolio better, but Foolio didn't make better music than Ace. Foolio made the music. I like that bump. I ain't trying to ride around singing. I'm trying to bump and bounce, but all the other stuff, you know, I'm not with. But if you go back, do me this favor, and you gonna chime back in once you see what I'm saying. Look at outside of the music. Look at how Young and Ace conducts himself when he do interviews versus Foolio. Even when speaking on his brother, the situation when the whole car got hit up and he was the only one survived, it's like he's smiling the whole time. It's like he almost proud of it. Like some of these guys, have you ever heard a guy, oh man, I done been in jail, I've been shot. Well, who have you shot? Some of these guys, you could have just got rolled on like a sucker, but now you got bullets in you. Yeah, man, I've been hit up. You know what I'm saying? It's like some of them be proud of that. You know what I'm saying? If you look at Foolio interviews, Vlad Capone, you don't see him smiling not one bit. He answering the questions dead serious. It's like Ace couldn't even take a smile off his face. And even when asked, you know, it just seemed like Foolio was outside of that. He was really, if they wanted to sit down and put an end to it, he was more for that. I looked at Foolio is a more mature guy outside of his music now. His music, he clowning, he doing this thing. But like I say, when it came to the man outside the music, sitting down talking to him personally, his character was totally different than Young and Ace. Now, Retaliation for Foolio. So far, it's been confirmed them boys done hit back. They done caught one of their peoples. And this was the guy who already, the one guy got deleted, and since Foolio got deleted, then I went back and deleted his brother. He's in the city. People like Ace, he's far away. More than likely, as long as he stay away, he gonna stay out of harm's way unless they do something to bring him back to the city. You know, but I feel like that wasn't the right thing to do right now. Not while these people watching. I understand when people, they feel like we got to do something. We got to do something. Bro, sometimes you got to lay up on somebody. Lay up on them for about 2 years. Let it die down. You don't want things to be so obvious. Okay, somebody now hit somebody close to me. Now, when I go out and do something, or just the fact, man, it's been situations I've been in when I got into it with some guys. And within that week span, I got jumped by some other guys. First thing we did was went to the hood of those other guys we just fought, because they knew where we stayed. But come to find out, after doing our homework, what's so crazy, bro, we went riding around to delete them boys. Luckily, we couldn't find them, because come to find out, these boys up the street. And it happened like that all the time. You know, and who knows, the guy who just, which y'all can't, The other bloggers, they putting the guy's name out. I'm not going to say his name. I'm not going to say the name of the guy's brother who was deleted before him. I'm just telling you about the situation. You know what I'm saying? But it could have been something that ain't got nothing to do with that. But anything that happened to any of them people, they're going to throw these different people names in it. You know what I'm saying? That's why I say, man, that little ATK, KTA stuff, man, that ain't no factor, man. That ain't no factor in Jacksonville. Ain't nobody ride around, walk around here. Oh, man, them boys from so-and-so, so-and-so. That's them rappers. That's just like I say, I'm from Atlanta. My hood, I'm from Peopletown, Summerhill. I'm from the same hood Lucci is. You know what I'm saying? That just like how the guy got up there and said YSL is a gang. YSL ain't no gang. YFN ain't no gang. No different than ATK or KTA ain't no gang. These are rappers that may be gang members in some kind of way, but this is their rap clique. So anybody, I can be from over here and over here, but I'm rapping with you, so that's gonna make me this, whatever one that you choosing to be down with. You know what I'm saying? YSL, the guys off Cleveland, I don't know if they go by that now, but YSL ain't that. The guys off Cleveland Road used to, I don't know if they still go by CRG, but CRG stands for Cleveland Road Gangsters. If you ever in Atlanta and you seeing somebody rocking a Colorado Rockets hat, they from Cleveland Avenue. That stands for Cleveland Road. YFN, the guys, the majority of the guys down with YFN is from ABG. That's a gang. You may have ABG members that's a part of Lucci's YFN clique, you know, but it's definitely not no gang. You know, I'm gonna end this off. I'm gonna tell y'all how the gangs in Jacksonville work, but before I get there, man, because I don't know how long I'm gonna be on that topic, and I'm already 20-something minutes in. But I'm gonna just talk about, man, yes men, having yes men in your circle, man. The MVP is only as good as his team. Jordan couldn't have been Jordan without Pippen. Later, without Dennis Rodman. If you got a strong leader in a weak army, you don't have an army. You just got a guy that's a real soldier with a bunch of fools behind him. If you have nobody who's gonna question the things you do, you my boy. If you my boy and you making a move that I see fit, I should be willing to fight you for you to see the love I have for you, because I don't want to see what you do what you're about to do. You know what I'm saying? If I'm really your boy and you paying me to sit back and do this and that, I should be willing to lose you paying me just to put the point across, bro, you doing bullshit. If this really your boy and I'm your boy, if I'm your boy and you my boy, why can I not accept you telling me, bro, you a stupid motherfucker? Why shouldn't I be able to tell you you a stupid motherfucker? And if that means you kicking me to the side, so be it. I did my part. I did everything. So whatever goes on to you, I know in my heart that I did everything I could to prevent this. I'm gonna try to make this quick. This how gangs go in Jacksonville, man. Jacksonville ain't no Bloods and Crips. It ain't no such thing as no ATK or KTA. Them just guys from different side of town, and that's their rap crew. You know, guys who down with me and my rap thing. I call my crew Bird Brain Mafia. So you can be over here, and you bird brain. You know? The only gangs in Jacksonville that stand out that doesn't go by a certain name, by a certain neighborhood, is Head First. If you know, you know the area that they from, and Cut Circle, or Check Gang. If you know, you know the areas they come from. I'm not gonna say it. Say like this. I'm a gang leader, so to say. I started my own gang. I started Fairfax Mossy back in 1993. It started, we were just little kids walking from school, and my partner was doing this dance that we used to do back in the day called the whoop. And this older guy was walking up the street, and he was like, "You doing it the Fairfax way." Now before that day, I never ever heard nobody say Fairfax. Fairfax is the main street that cut through our hood, you know? So, as we little kids being victimized by the other side, and we banding together, just on the four of us, we like, it's a difference when you say, we beefing with guys, man, these guys from Nixon, they from Hollybrook, they from PYC, they from Flag Street, they from names that's already established and being and respected. We may have been from 16th Street, but the whole hood don't live on 16th Street. The whole hood lives on the street that intersects with Fairfax. It's a main thoroughfare through the neighborhood. So we began calling ourselves Fairfax Mossy. This started in 1993. We reached our pinnacle in 96. I'm going to say 96, 98. 96, 98, and around the 2000s, it went to dying down because at this point, by this time, I done moved out of the neighborhood in 1997. A lot of us all moved out of the neighborhood at one point in time. And me, I never been to prison. Only did one night in the county. I've been to the Duval DDC. This where you go as you a teenager. When you get locked up as a teenager. I've been down there a few times, been to the little programs, but one thing I noticed as I go down there, they got the little gang chart. And any hood, any block, any intersection, if you say like, I'm finna think of a street, let's just say Blue Avenue. Blue Avenue is a street in my hood, but say if Blue Avenue start making the news, making a lot of noise. Next thing you know, you're gonna see Blue Avenue down there on the gang list. Any block, any neighborhood that has a name, they got us all on that. They got Fairfax, Flag Street, 21st and Phoenix, 21st and Myrtle, 45th and Cleveland, 45th. These are intersections they got known. Any intersection or a whole neighborhood that have a name that's got out here and made noise is on the gang list. I started something that got put on the gang list. Like I said, it started with us folk. We being from the top of 13 and the other side being from the bottom of 13. We kind of getting victimized by them boys because personally they can't fuck with us, the people that was in our age level. But the difference between us and them, they got big brothers. They got big brothers, they got big uncles riding around. They the ones got all the dope in the hood. We ain't got none of that. We got just us. We started something that made the other side come aboard. Now, just because I started the gang, I didn't run I ain't gonna even call it the game. Just because I started the neighborhood, I didn't run the whole neighborhood. I ran my side, and I could say Big Mama, which was the main dude in our hood. You know what I'm saying? He ran the other side, or totally ran the whole hood. But I definitely was a factor in my hood. I definitely was the face of this side. But I started something that got the whole neighborhood involved. And once I moved along, I was talking to one of my younger guys. They were like, "Oh yeah," because I was telling them. Because from that point, they took it from Fairfax to Fairfax Outlaws to Flag Street Outlaws to whatever. When I last left the neighborhood, before I moved to St. Louis 4 years ago, I stamped the neighborhood as a barrio. Now the barrio, it was really the far end by Flag Street around my brother's store. You know what I'm saying? To now it spread it to my side. I'm on the other side of the neighborhood, the left side of the neighborhood. We got everybody now. Before I left, now what's going on now that I'm not there? Cause things change when certain people not around. You know what I'm saying? I've been in St. Louis 4 years. A lot can change in 4 years. But how gangs work in Jacksonville? Let's say I'm from Fairfax. I got cousins from Sherwood. My cousins hang in my neighborhood. I hang in my cousin's neighborhood. I'm beginning to be known to people over there, just like they beginning to be known to people in my neighborhood. If something happens and something happened to that person, my cousin, if he got a lot of influence over there, now that's going to get Sherwood involved. Now it's a Fairfax and Sherwood against, let's say, PYC. The guys from PYC, they probably got people from Phoenix. So now it's Fairfax and Sherwood against PYC and Phoenix. Say like the people from Sherwood, one of them get hurt. And let's say they got people from the Blodgett. You know what I'm saying? And they feel some type of way about their people getting hurt. It may not make the whole Blodgett get involved, but it may make some people from the Blodgett get involved. So now you got Fairfax, Sherwood, the Blodgett versus PYC and Phoenix. Phoenix, they could have people from Justina. Now you got certain. See how it goes in Jacksonville. It's a family thing and an influence thing. You can be from a hood, but you don't have the influence. I had the influence in my neighborhood. I could get the whole neighborhood involved. Certain people couldn't. You could only get certain people to go behind you. You know what I'm saying? So, and normally in every hood, there's one family that has multiple family members in their neighborhood. And if they don't really run the neighborhood, they definitely prominent amongst that neighborhood. You know? So, me not trying to make this last long, I may just do a video strictly on how Jacksonville gangs go. But it's a family thing. It's how much influence you got. So, as for a younger age, in Foolio, you got guys that's from the west side, young and age guys from the west side that was down with guys from the east side. Now you may not know the whole east side, but you rap with this guy. But something that happened, and you down the ride for your homeboy that's from the west side. So you gonna bring a couple of your get down partners from the east side. You know what I'm saying? See how just by you being cool with somebody from over here gets these guys involved. So in Jacksonville, Florida, what you have, it ain't like LA where you got a hood going against a whole hood. You got people getting popped off all over. Cause you slowly for surely get this person involved, this person from Hollybrook, this person from Harborview, this person from Lackawanna, this person from Mixon, this person from Moncrief, this person from Gulfbrook, you know what I'm saying, or whatever. Oh yeah, we getting into it too. And this is why when you see, for y'all that don't know, when y'all hear about these things that go on in Jacksonville, if you pay attention, it be all over Jacksonville. It be in Moncrief. It can be Orange Park. It can be in Arlington. It can be in Mandarin. Because just say like Mandarin is one of the better neighborhoods you can live in Jacksonville. You know what I'm saying? Mandarin and Bay Meadows. But say I'm from the hood, but I don't live in the hood. I stay out here. But the enemy know I'm out here. Then I got me out here. I mean, I hung at Moncrief every day, but I live out here. They came and got me out here. Oh, you don't live in the hood no more. You in Orange Park. We finna go get you in Orange Park. You know what I'm saying? So, to those that know, or the outsiders, if you pay attention to the Jacksonville news, the killings ain't just in the hoods. It's all over. Because it's people that be from these hoods that move out thinking that they safe. Somebody know where you stay. We all know each other in Jacksonville some way or another. If you got beef with somebody, you tell 10 of your homeboys, they may not know. But if you tell everybody you know, somebody gonna be like, that's my cousin. You know what I'm saying? But before it get to that person, if it ever get to that person, you really done something to somebody who you cool with. And if had you had time to do your homework, y'all could have settled this down and got it worked out. I'm gonna go end this video, man. I got a little more to talk about, but I like making videos that can entertain people while they at work trying to work, but I don't want to make it too long where you don't, you know what I'm saying? So man, thank y'all who stayed this far. Like, share, subscribe. Pitsy P out here. Land Lamorbo. Blow Lambo from out the barrio to hoes known as Inca Nose. Fuck with me.